Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Mono Black Control. So I haven't played this deck in a long time. I want to try it out again. And this deck, well, what can I say? It's just got a buttload of removal and a little bit of board wiping. And then we curve out with Planeswalkers and one big Virtue. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. But Mono Black does falter a lot in the card draw category. Unless you tech just for card draw, then you don't have removal, right? So instead, what I put in this deck is 2 Phyrexian Arena to try to help us draw cards. And then 1 Outrageous Robbery to also draw a card from our opponent's deck. So that's kind of the idea of this deck. And then everything else is just normal Mono Black goodness. So in the early game, we got 2 Cut Down and of course 3 March of Wretched Sorrow. With a Mono Black deck, we can pitch a lot of cards to March and make sure that we stay alive in the early game with instant speed interaction. Then turn 2, we're going to have 2 Bitter Triumph, 4 Deep-Cavern Bat to get into our opponent's hand, 2 Go for the Throw, 1 Sheoldred's Edict, and of course Robbery is not an early game card, so we'll put it all the way here. And then Virtue can double as an early game removal for 2 mana. Then we go to the 3-drop, and we're going to have 2 Liliana of the Veil, of course 4 Path of Peril, because there's a lot of Boros out there, we got to clean their board, and then 2 Phyrexian Arena, 1 Celestis. Then going to the 4-drop, we're going to have 2 Sheoldred. Definitely need Sheoldred to help us sustain longer and help counter the card draw damage from Phyrexian Arena. So this way we draw 2 cards a turn and we actually gain 3 life. That's not bad. And then we have Sorin the Mirthless. That also is a card draw that doubles back as a 2/3 Vampire Maker that gives us lifelink. We have 1 DN to get into our opponent's deck if we really need to get something like, you know, we can DN a Jace. That's always really fun. We can also DN, let's say, a Slick Shot, so then they don't have that instant speed damage that they can plot. We can DN the Wandering Emperor, and then a lot of our control deck opponents really have nothing to kind of kill us with. Then the 3-drops, we got 1 Aclazotz not 3 drops, 5 drops. 1 Aclazotz and 3 Deadly Cover-Up. I won't have Deadly Cover-Up because I need to exile cards from our opponent's graveyard, but also to exile cards from their deck using, you know, the surgical extraction kind of idea. And then 1 Outrageous Robbery just in case we want to go late game. Now for the land base, it's a little bit wonky. Even though we're a control deck, I only put in 25 lands because I don't want to flood too often, and we are a monocolored deck, so we don't need a lot of filtering lands. So we got 1 Plain, 14 Swamps, 1 Takenuma, 1 Blast Zone, 4 Field of Ruin, and 4 Mirrex. So you can see some hidden text here. I have 1 Plains, of course, to help with the Path of Peril, and with 4 Field of Ruin, we can always search out that 1 Plain. So it's like we have 5 Plains in the deck. Right? And then we also have 1 Blast Zone. This is actually a hidden super good tech in the current matchups because, well, if our opponent is mono red, we just put this on 2 and their Slick Shot will always die. We can put this on 1 and then their Monosway Swift Sphere will always die. So, and Kumano will always die. So Blast Zone catches a lot of aggro off guard. Blast Zone also catches the, what is that deck called again? The Boros Convoke deck. Off guard. So they have a lot of 1-drops, right? Imagine if all of their 1-drops disappear with just 1 activation of the Blast Zone. So it is very mana intensive, so it's not an early game card. But when you're getting to the mid game and you rent out all of your removal against the things that they have tried to play, and they somehow still have a board, well, one of your land can double back as a removal. That's pretty important. So yeah, not really much to say about Mono Black because it's pretty standard, but I do put in some of my own hidden tech, and I do think Mono Black is a little bit more of a fun way to play a monocolored deck. So really, that's all I got for you today. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is MochiMoh. What kind of a red deck are you going to play, MochiMoh? We're going to go first? Oh man, not a red deck? Okay, I'm pretty sure we drop Swamp first and see what happens. Hello, here's the Swamp. Very nice to meet you. Please play your mountain. Yeah, there you go. Plays the mountain. Here's another Swamp. We got 2 Swamps going on. Our opponent's gonna plot. No, just a code breaker. Alright. Do we Lily here and make him sack the code breaker? Virtue does the same thing, but it's a little off mana, so let's do the Lily thing. 3 mana removal.
Those who get in my way
3 mana removal.
To regret me. I've always hated crowds.
Another code breaker. It's gonna go after the Lily. Cool
Knew
beans.
this was a waste of time.
Alright, I could Sorin. Do I Sorin here? Sorin's probably gonna die, right? I could also Virtue this. Then what? I have 2 mana to not play anything. That's less fun. Or I could use the Field of Ruin on his Inspiring Vantage. We'll just get a Plains. And then I'll get the Virtue out. Why not? Get a Plains out. Make him think that we're Orzhov. No, we both got Plains. Third Codebreaker. Alright, our opponent's just Codebreaker to deck. We got second Path of Peril. Do we plus on Sorin? If we minus and it just kills Sorin, do we get any value off of that? Whereas if I plus, I don't. I mean, he can just attack and kill Sorin that way. Yeah. At least this way it forces a removal out of his hand.
You deal with this annoyance.
Homestead Courage. 4/3 Vigilance. Cool. You killed my Sorin. Good work.
Balance may never be restored now.
Swiss Fear, second combat. Cool. Let's see here. These aren't the great cards, right? I guess I want to take out the Fugitive, but then he'll just Homestead Courage. Skin Alive. Hold up our removal. Ancestral Anger. So I want to remove this, but he probably has a protection spell here, right? So I'll let him draw a card to draw into a land. Yeah, that's fine. So let him use the... Oh, no protection? Well, it's a lot of buffs in your hand. And another Fugitive Codebreaker. This is crappy deck. What is this? Monstrous Rage, Monstrous Rage. Go for the Courage. 6/5. Finally, we get the other land. Okay, so... let's see what he wants to do. Another Fugitive Codebreaker. Alright, let's discard. Do we discard a card here? Or do I pay 3 life? 3 life is a lot, right? You know, everything I draw matters, so let's just discard a card. We'll kill the one he's trying to pump. He's trying to put Homestead Courage on this card, so it'll be a 4/3, and this will be a 5. Do I just take this? That's a lot of damage to just take. I mean, okay, if I'm not killing this, it's resolving anyways. So now it's 9 damage. Can I afford to take 9 damage? I think it's fine. It's not nice, but I'll take the 9 damage. Alright, and then we shall cover everything up. Let's see. Lily and the end. Alright, we can take out his Homestead Courage. But I think the Ancestral Anger is the one he draw cards from. Right? Homestead Courage was also scary, but I give him an extra card if I do that. And I don't want to do that, so let's take out the Anger. I know he has 4 Angers in the deck, and they pump themselves. Iganjo? Okay, I don't want to play the Takenuma, I think. I want to use the Takenuma to get back Soren. No plot? Alright, let me get... Ooh, Liliana's even better. Alright, Lily. I don't gain life, but I make my opponent lose cards.
A fight? And you think you can... I'm tired of your secrets.
Discards his homestead courage. Alright, if he plays a creature, it dies. So I'm okay with anything, really. Field of Ruin. I think Field of Ruin can go. Do I discard? No, let's discard a path.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
I want to get it up to 7 so I can play Virtue, right? Not that it'll get anything great out of the graveyard. He definitely wants to play creature and protect, but he could just die. That also works. Goodbye, MochiMoh. Alright, our opponent is Tony 20B. Tony, you got 20 of them Bs? Your parents must be very disappointed in you. Alright, we have interactions and we get to go first, so let's have a cut down live. Mountain. Kumano faces Caucasan. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna show them the planes and throw them off. Here's a bat. What kind of turn 2 play were you planning to make? He plays this, that would be a 3-3. I can't really get rid of that, right? Let's force his hand. What does this do? 4 damage to target battle or opponent and 1 damage. Okay. That kills the bat very easily. But, yep. He didn't want to do it. So we'll get a cut down and a bitter triumph. That's pretty good. He's gonna play a battle on me. Trample prowess, no haste. We'll cut this down. I think I'll take the damage. If I play Soren and minuses, pretty sure he's just going to shock Soren, right? But if I plus here, what would he do? I wonder what he would do. Can he deal 5 damage, or actually 3 damage to Soren on 1 turn? That's 3 damage not to my face.
For the sake of all innocent,
Please be a land.
my will
Please not be a 7-drop. It's gonna be a 7-drop, just you watch. Oh, if he shocks Soren here, I'm okay with that. I don't get the life gain, but at the very least. Oh, what a freaking loser! Shocks and quits. Okay, good for you. Stop playing mono red and go play real deck. All right, our opponent is Trabb. 2 Bs, double B. He's got the BBs. Opponent goes first. Never surprised me that opponent goes first. Like I said, I have a March I most likely will keep. But if I don't draw a 3rd land here, this hand is dead. So let's see what happens. I might even pitch Soren to the March. Just because I will need my opener to be... Oh, jeez. Rakdos Kumano. Well, if our opponent is one of those decks that pump a lot, I think we have a better chance. I do need to draw another land, though. That's kind of the scary part. Green. So he also has protections. Well, I can't cut anything down he plays, right? He plots instead of playing a card. Very good for him. don't draw my third land here, I'm just kind of screwed. Swiss Sphere. Audacity on the Kumano. Well, gotta kill the Kumano. And then we'll have to take 5. Still a lot. But, oh, I draw a land. Cool. Do I need to path this? I think I path this, right? Yeah. Let's just get creatures off board and he'll just quit. He's got 2 cards in hand. Picnic Ruiner. That's the last picnic you were ruined, you jerk. Yeah, knew he was gonna quit. Stupid loser in your loser deck. No match for the blackness. Alright, our opponent is Danii. Hello, Danii boy. Are the pipes calling? They're calling for you. Opponent goes first. We don't have a march, unfortunately, but we have 2 interactions. And then a Path of Peril that needs another swamp to cast. Fine. It's fine. Mirrex is a swamp on the turn it comes in. Whoa. Just entirely outside of my expectation. That's more in line with what I expected. So is Naya? Naya Hume? Oh, what? There was a common Naya deck. I forgot what it was. Oh, right. Of course. Did I go for the throw here? No, right? Naya Discover card. The Naya Discover deck is what I was thinking of. Alright, let's drop a Blast Zone. It's gonna discover a bunch of stuff on me. Appraiser. What will he appraise into? Oh, lockdown. Okay. Good luck locking things down. I don't have shit. Killed your appraiser. They don't have the scars in their deck, so don't need to show the Mirrex right now. Let's get a sword ticking and yeah, they have the I forgot what that card is called. A 2 mana, deal 3 damage. Lightning Helix. There you go. So if I minus here, sword might die. Okay, I also can take the damage, so the extra card advantage will help. Elegant Parlor means they're on 3 or 4 mana still. Nothing too scary coming out of that. So let's plus. I'll take that. Now I will Mirrex, because then it's showing that I can Mirrex if they don't do anything. They have a Lightning Helix? Yeah, there's a stick, so they have Lightning Helix. They might have 2, but if they want to spend 2 Lightning Helix on Sorin here to take out my card advantage. Oh, a Sokinson. Sokinsons are pretty annoying, right? I can't stop those, but they only deal 1 damage to Sorin, so it's not too big of a deal. Or 2 damage to Sorin, I should say. 1 each. I'm not too worried.
I'll fix that.
Dinosaurs. I can counter his dinosaurs? You monster. Alright, thank God Sorin didn't show that. Virtue is insanely big.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
Alright, 3 means I'll have 2 mana left, right? 2 mana left. So I'll probably play the Swamp. Now if I Virtue here, Sorin go down to 4 again, but the Virtue will kill the 1/1. How useful is the Path of Peril though? Right, honestly, it might be useful when I go big, so... yeah, let's do it this way. When it's at 1, it doesn't do anything to Soren. There is a Trumpeting Carnosaur. He's going to discover a Fight Club. I want to get rid of his Trumpeting Carnosaur. It is the best card in his deck. He chooses +1. He's going to pump the Soren. Yeah, of course. Let's DN the Carnosaur and see what is in his hand. A Tally. 3 lockdowns. There's a lot of Carnosaurs that we can get rid of. There's a lot of Tallies too. Okay, so a Tally is what I have to watch out for, but I don't have that good of a card in my deck for a Tally. That good of a card. What am I saying? That good of cards. No. Okay, math. English is hard, right? Very difficult. Reveal that. That's a land that I can play, but I think I'm gonna
times call for dire tactics.
Field of Ruin here. He sees the Field of Ruin, right? Do I need the planes out for the path? I don't know if I do. No, I might. I might. So let's not go crazy here. Why am I pathing? Should I path first? Taps my Mirrex for some reason. He's got an Tally. Second fight rigging. It's got 3 lockdowns to lock down my might tokens. Here's a might token. Soren keeps going plus. Go to Ruin. I can show him this one.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I can't go for the throw and virtue, so I'm gonna hold back the virtue. Third fire rigging. This is a blast zone up to 3. Wait. Still combat. Okay. So get my blast zone up to 3. That means I can't Mirrex this turn. That's fine. It's more important to put this on 3. And also Field of Ruin, he is... Does any of this matter? The Lush Portico? That's his only green, right? I don't think it matters because I think the fire rigging is... 3 fire riggings already played, so... Let me get my planes out before I accidentally mill this somehow. There's that planes. Ooh, double Mirrex. Jeez, our opponent is really gonna be in trouble with double Mirrex. Soren's on 6.
My ways are not weak.
Double Mirrex. I don't have to discard right here, so should I just let it go? Alright, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 mana. He didn't draw a land, which is gonna be very painful for him. But he did draw something. I was gonna pull cards out of his graveyard. Cool. Does the... Oh, if you cast it. Okay, he didn't cast it, so... Let's sack our blast zone. Break all the 3 drops. There you go. Gonna attack Soren probably. still have a march. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Submit 0. We can march this. Pull is gone. Alright, got another removal. Cool. So let's first plus. That's a land. Lands are good.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
15. Alright, I still have Bitter Triumph and Go for the Throw open if I do this. So it's 2 big threats he has to answer. He finally gets his Atali. Let's let them all resolve because he'll get another Atali. What do you get on mine? Liliana. We get on his Spinewood. Okay.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
I'm not discarding cards, so... Really?
I'm tired of your secrets.
You know I got 7 cards in my hand, right? Now I get to use your Atali. Yep, goodbye. Immediately quit. Alright, our opponent is Onji. Is that Ren in 6? Or just 6? Our opponent goes first. We got a cut down, and that's about it. Raw Priest. Turn 1. Just out and about. Like, here's a toxic for you. Kill it before it can do anything. Probably got a second Raw Priest. Storm Chaser Drake. Haven't seen that deck in a while. No targets? Alright, Path, he counters. Let's see where this all goes. Siren Snare to bounce. Why did I get a... Oh, it's a Siren Snare proliferate. A Drake? Cool. I don't really like that Drake, so I think we'll get rid of it. That card is too much value for his whole deck. There's a Drake in his hand. Oh, there's a lot of counter spells. Bring the Ending, Siren Snare, March, Slip. What the hell is this deck? Oh, it's just Ivy. And hopefully get the Raw Priest out. Cool. No creature for you. It's got Bring the Ending, which means I gotta pay an extra 2 for anything I play. Just gonna rob him. Four mana. Let me rob you for 3. I'm a thief. Bring that to an end. Will he bring my soaring to an end too? Start minusing? He can bounce a lot of my stuff, right? I gotta start minusing.
I bring my own army.
Cool. Let's see what we can draw. That's a good card to reveal. Here's a Mirrex.
Dire times call for
He'll
dire
probably just bounce the
tactics.
Aclazotz. How much am I afraid of him bouncing the Aclazotz? If I play 3 here, I still have enough for... Let's see, Siren Snare. Eh. Do we let him bounce the Aclazotz? Waste a whole turn? Yeah. That is so bad. The taps is so horrendously bad. I have no words. I can't proliferate this, so good job. Start drawing cards. 7. I'll take it. Or draw a 7 draw.
Acknowledge a fair trade.
Let's start Liliana. I think that's pretty fun, right? Does he have any creatures in the graveyard? He has Venerated Raw Priest. Bring the ending. You got it. A lot more where that comes from. Let's see who's more toxic. What am I at, 11? It's a lot less life than I thought I'd be at. Against a toxic deck.
Not for the weak.
Aclazotz? Will you counter this? This also sort of makes him discard, right? Prologue. Alright, I might get to 10. If he has a lot of proliferate cards. Just playing Lance sort of helped me a little bit. Okay, I'm not drawing another 7.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
It's gonna march this. March 2 cards. They'll be back with friends. Do I have a Field of Ruin now? I don't have a Field of Ruin now. Does that matter? Not with his... Okay, it's not likely for him to have multiple... well, not likely for him not to have basic lands. Because he's 2 color only. I don't know what his plan is. I'm gonna poison him before he poisons me. A deadly cover up. Do I take the 5 here? I'll take the 5.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
I'm gonna gain a 7. Or gain a 4. Okay. If he marches me again, I'm gonna deadly cover up his graveyard. Up to 6. Jeez, that's a lot. Alright. Let's see what his plan is. I only have 1 instant speed interact. Oh, I have 2, technically, with the blast zone. Good game. Good game. You got your Storm Drake removed, and you are out. Alright, our opponent is René. Zellweger? I don't know why that name just came to my head. But most likely they're a big dinosaur. We got a bat, we got Virtue. Let's try it out. We draw our 1 plane. I've drawn this plane way more than I draw swamps, somehow. Are they the combo deck? I think they might be the combo deck. No, they're just red. They're not playing this game for fun. They're playing this ranked competitive game. Reward offer. He's just gonna play with fire this. I still get to look at his hand. Alright, slick shot, lots of burn. Standard. Probably plot his slick shot. No way he plays it. It's so wrong if he plays it. Yeah. He plots his slick shot. Can we even discard a card, right?
Something suspicious is going on.
I'm gonna discard his bat.
We all have
It's kind of
things we
always
love
dead.
and forget.
I have instant speed interaction in his deck. Don't let what I've always drawn fool you. Come on. Alright. He needs to attack Liliana.
The wrong necromancer.
And he does. So Liliana sacrificed herself.
Luck favors the foolish, after all.
For the good of humanity. Gotta kill the slick shot when we can. None of these pump the slick shot out of the range. It's not prowess, thank God. Swiss Sphere. Is he gonna rage? Anger. Jeez. Alright. The scary thing is Path of Peril doesn't really help. The scary thing is he can still go through a lot of damage. And if I play Sheoldred, it would just die to one land draw, right? If he draws a land, play with fire plus lightning strike kills my Sheoldred. Still, I think I have to play Sheoldred this turn. So I know that's not a land, otherwise he would have played it. And if he lightning strike and play with fire to Sheoldred, Sheoldred does die, but my Path of Peril will get his whole board. And he cannot Monstrous Rage this turn. He just attacks, so that's not a land. Monstrous Rage puts this at 5. If I don't block here, right, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what happens. Really can't afford to block here and lose my Sheoldred. Pretty sure he wants to pump. Yep. I'm down to 8. Gonna go back to 10. I think this is going to be the right taps anyways. Path of Peril kills both of his creatures, and none of mine. One side of board wipe is just also fun. That's what he gets for playing off 2 lands. Alright, and then I will not attack with Sheoldred, potentially keep it up as a blocker against a haste speed creature like a Swiss Sphere. I can block a Swifty. Right. Okay. Goodbye, you freaking loser. Alright, our opponent is Ukaosek. Sure. That's a name you can have. Opponent goes first. Again. The Path of Peril is really nice against Boros. We never fight Boros. We only fought Mono Red, which this card is dead. So... that's an island, by the way. Almost never see that. 2 island mono. Oh man, that's not good. Against mono blue, I definitely don't want 3 Path of Peril in my hand. Alright, so everything I play is gonna get countered. Start with Liliana. Start with Phyrexian Arena. Start with Phyrexian Arena. Everything's gonna get countered anyway. Oh wow, okay. Did not expect that to go through like this. 3 mana, 3 blue mana, no counter spell? That can't be right. Start doing the thing. What?
You will serve me well.
Their opponent just gonna quit? Yes. Oh, okay. So they're not just... what the heck? Man, I've never been this confused in my whole life. Sure, I'll take that.
My ways are not.
What kind of deck are you playing? Aftermath Analyst, Aftermath Analyst. There's a lot of Aftermath Analysts. He just needs green, right? And he plays everything. Let's take out his Memory Deluge. get him start discarding.
This is my home, and I don't overthink things.
Three islands. That's our opponent has probably the worst draw possible, so I'm gonna capitalize on that. He gets his forest. Cool beans. What else am I gonna get? A march? Sure.
You should know my secrets.
We all have things we'd rather.
I'm gonna discard another path. There's a lot of Path of Perils that I don't need. So he's going to try to Nisa or Aftermath Analyst next turn, right? Eh. Spelunking. Can't stop a Spelunking. Which is really good for his deck. But unfortunately he didn't draw land. So do I want to put a Mirrex on board? Or do I want to try to kill his Spelunking? Actually, if I try to kill his Spelunking, it'll kill a lot of my stuff. So we'll let him Spelunk. Sheoldred. Field of Ruin. Let's keep going. Sure. Cards are important. Field of Ruin is not. Liliana's on 6, so he's got to watch out for that. We'll put out Sheoldred. That's also a threat. I'm not sure if I should have tapped like that. I wanted to have multiple lands up, but I guess the March will just get whatever he plays. Aftermath Analyst. Mills 3. We'll cut this down. Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance here. Right? I don't know what his plan is. Sure. I'll take that. He's at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
A fair trade.
The others can deal with you.
Okay, you can keep your Spelunking and your forests, or just your islands. Gee, I don't know. That was not a good game. He had 3 islands. I don't know why he kept a hand like that. That was terrible. Always mulligan unless you have a force. Welcome back, everyone. I played a lot of games today. So how did you feel about this deck? Now I have something to say. There's one very big, very important thing that I feel like I need to address. Deep-Cavern Bat. This card is trash. In this deck, this card is trash, right? This card is a very tempo-intensive card in a sort of mid-range or trying to win on turn 5 or 6 kind of game, where you want to take out one of your opponent's cards temporarily so that they cannot use it to answer your board and kill them. But in a control deck, it's not that good. So I think the Deep-Cavern Bat can go. We can put in 2 Duress here and 2 more instant speed interaction, like go for the throw, and that might be way better than, you know, what a lot of games where a lot of the matchups where I played, I just had a Deep-Cavern Bat. I feel really bad because I play it, it gets removed, they get their card back anyways, and I just sit there looking, you know, dumb with a bat that I didn't have, so I went down a card, and I'm on a draw a lot. And I had to mulligan a lot, so I'm usually out of cards. And yeah, the Deep-Cavern Bat is not a good card in this deck. Path of Peril. Path of Peril is very good, but only against Boros. So that's something you have to remember, right? If you're playing against Mono Red, feel free to pitch your Path of Peril to Liliana. It's not going to be that useful. Everything else, I think, is fine. I think this deck can survive a lot better if we just cut the Deep-Cavern Bat and just put in more instant speed interactions. A lot of the games where I lost, I feel like what I'm missing is that instant speed interaction. You can also cut a Virtue. 2 Virtue might be a little too much. 1 Virtue should be enough. The games where your opponent can't handle a Virtue, you will win. And the games that your opponent can't handle a Virtue, 2 Virtue is not going to help. So yeah, cut out 1 Virtue, cut out all the bats, put in more, you know, March, cut down, go for the throw, and you'll have a lot better of a time against the current standard metagame. Phyrexian Arena, absolutely a beast in drawing us cards, especially combo with Sheoldred. Mirrex, absolutely fantastic against control decks. If our opponent's mono blue or blue eye control, just Mirrex them to death, and they can't really stop you. And if they ever want to play a creature or use their creature lands, gone. Right? So if they want to play their Planeswalker, like their Wandering Emperor, gone. So yeah, this deck, I think mono black is probably the best monocolor deck out there. Don't think about mono red. That is not a real deck. That is for dum-dums who like the net deck and does not want to play the game actually. So yeah, all the other monocolors pale in comparison to the power of darkness. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.